Welcome back, everybody, to an SF Live special. And it is special because we're going into the field from our office. We're going into the field. We're going to Idaho. We're going to meet up with Sam Ash right on site there at Bunker Hill. In a few short seconds, he'll join us via phone, actually. He's standing in the middle of the yard. And we're going to catch up with them, with Sam, CEO of Bunker Hill Mining, about what they've been up to over the summer. And as it is now early August, he'll give us a good update. And we'll see the update, actually, in person. I've caught glimpses of it already. And before we switch over, though, to our guest, let me remind you to follow us on YouTube, follow us on Twitter, hit that like and subscribe button to get the latest company updates, but also some fantastic insights from market experts and commentary, and of course, maybe some investment. I wouldn't call it advice, but education on what is happening in the sector and, of course, overall in the markets and what to look out for. The Fed has been super busy. Looking forward to the next Fed session, for example, in September. But enough of me. Let me switch over to my guests. Let me bring them on the screen, and you can see Sam and also David. David Wiens, the CFO of Bunker Hill, is joining us here on this call. Gentlemen, welcome. How are you?
Doing very well, Kai. It's a beautiful day here in northern Idaho.
I can see it. Clear blue skies. Phenomenal. How hot is it though?
Well, it's pretty warm, getting up just near 100 degrees Fahrenheit, 38 Celsius the last couple of days. So definitely in the heat of the summer.
I just hope it's a dry heat, because otherwise it's no fun. So, no, fantastic. Guys, you're standing in the middle of the yard, and it's time for a corporate update. You guys bought a mill from Teck, the Pend Oreille Mill, and I see bits and pieces behind you. Do you want to run us through what we can see behind you there?
Yeah, absolutely, Kai. It's standing here. Just this week, the two of the ball mills have arrived here at site, and you can see them there. And later today, the remaining two ball mills will
Gentlemen,
arrive as well. Equipment, the flotation equipment, and just over here by the building, some of the two primary crushers. So, definitely, the move from Pend Oreille is going well. In fact, by the end of this week, all of the heavy hoisting will be done, and we'll be doing a final pass just for the final bits and pieces.
Fantastic! That looks amazing. And how many truckloads are sitting behind you? That looks like a ton of logistics involved.
Yeah, we receive, right around 2 truckloads a day, and we've been receiving that over the past 8 to 10 weeks.
Fantastic. Yeah, that looks like a lot. Like that ball mill behind you, like how many trucks was that on? That looks like you had to block off the interstate.
No, I know that they look big, but it's a pretty. That's one of the nice things about the Pend Oreille Mill is that it doesn't require anything substantial like shutting down interstates. Certainly, it's a low boy, and there's a pilot car, but it fits under all the bridges, fits under all the power lines, and makes the move relatively straightforward.
Fantastic! Yeah, it looks amazing. How many percent of the Pend Oreille Mill are at in your yard yet? Did I catch you earlier? Correct? Is 100% already there?
No, it's not quite 100%. We track it a little. If I was to say how we're doing.
You're breaking up a little bit there, Sam. I'm losing you in the yard there.
We're on track to be finished.
Sam, I'm losing you, unfortunately, there. Yeah, you got to move back closer to the office building.
I was just saying, Kai, that we expect the demobilization to be finished by the end of August. So we are we are nearing completion.
Fantastic. Yeah, of course, you have a lot of work happening above ground, Pend Oreille Mill sitting in your yard. But how's the underground development going, Sam?
Yeah, the underground development is progressing really pretty well. We're hitting our productivity targets, and obviously with some of the run up in fuel prices, the costs are up a little bit, but really all in all, certainly on track and right where we want them to be.
Oh, fantastic! Yeah, I forgot to ask earlier. Also, with the Pend Oreille Mill movement, is are you on time as well? Everything going according to plan?
Yeah, we're actually slightly running on track to slightly ahead of schedule and on budget right now for that work.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah. And also, you're in the background, you're still working on a pre-feasibility study. I wouldn't believe it because you already have the parts in your yard, but you're working on that pre-feasibility study. How is that going? And what kind of progress are you making?
Yeah, certainly. The engineering studies are really nearing completion. We expect over the next couple of weeks one of the last key pieces of information. We are certainly on track for the Q3, and we've taken advantage of this extra time, and we're really have some pretty exciting advancements on that PFS. So some interesting things will be coming out.
Like what? I have to ask, Sam. I need to poke the bear a little bit, but also it's like just a slight. Of course, we're looking at inflation, highest 9.1% in the U.S., 8.9% in Europe. How's that factoring in, Sam? Like you can't fully ignore it. I'm assuming.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can't fully ignore it, but I just remind everybody that with the used processing plant, that there was a huge component of that capital that was a known quantity coming in. With the underground development, the amount of existing infrastructure, that really kind of limits the exposure to inflation, and just where we are as an operation. Here in northern Idaho, just a mile away from a major interstate. Very close to the electrical grid. We don't have a camp. We don't have any flight logistics or camp logistics to really worry about. Like I said, on the mining side, the price of fuel, watching that closely, but we're seeing that begin to ebb now, which is good. So they're all in all, that all is certainly we feel holding pretty.
Fantastic, yeah. And one thing I see as well, like you're planning on actually or you're looking at a scenario where you can increase plant throughput by 20%. Can you run us through that scenario? What does that look like? Do you need additional equipment, higher capex? Do we need to worry about something? I'm worried. I mean, like higher cost. That's all I'm worried about.
Well, we are looking at a couple of options, and certainly nothing comes for free. But we as a team are very focused on that capital cost, and certainly any increase would be a very compelling economic story for us.
Oh, fantastic. Awesome. Sam, I think you guys you got your hands full there on site. And when do you plan to have the mill completed, sort of? Like how long is, after a full arrival on site, like how long does it take to put it back together?
We're still projecting to begin commissioning the mill in Q3 of next year. So the demobilization is really just that first piece. The reassembly and the construction, is going to take us through Q3 of next year.
Gotcha. Fantastic. And Sam, just a maybe final question as well. You are obviously fully financed or almost fully financed to go through with that process. Like, where do you stand on the capital side? I know you recently upped your debt package there with Sprott, a really positive thing. Can you just give us an update on that?
Yeah, absolutely. We're working towards getting the stream financing in the door. Those conversations are going well. As you said, Sprott agreeing and looking and seeking to come in to fill that additional permitted indebtedness. We see it as a pretty big vote of confidence, and we expect that the stream is going to come online later this year, ideally in kind of that October timeframe.
Fantastic. Yeah. Any other news we can expect from the company in the next few weeks or months?
Well, absolutely. We're going to keep our presence out. I would certainly keep an eye out for progress updates on how the project advanced, and we're going to really try and share this process and this build with all of our shareholders, with ongoing videos, looking to introduce some of the fantastic team that we're assembling, and just keep everybody apprised and up to speed and up to the minute on how we're progressing.
Fantastic. Yeah, obviously, mining is a very visual industry as well. It's great for visuals, so make sure to keep sharing them. Bring us along, take us along for the ride. Really appreciate it, Sam. And I think this is the first on SF Live that we actually walked through a yard during a live call here. So really appreciate that. And of course, we had a bit of technical glitches in between, but I take it. Like I love seeing progress, and it's great that you were able to share it with us. Thank you so much, Sam, and David, obviously as well. Of course, thanks for joining us here.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Kai.
We'll talk soon. Thank you so much, guys, and everybody else. Thank you so much for tuning in. This was a bit of an SF Live special. We joined Sam Ash and David Weens of Bunker Hill in their yard in Bunker Hill, or at Bunker Hill at their mine, just outside of Kellogg, Idaho here, and really excited to see the progress. They've just taken most of the delivery of the Pend Oreille Mill. You've seen the ball mill and everything in the background walking around it, and they're making great progress towards production. And as Sam mentioned, Q3 2023. Will be commissioning of the plant. Really excited to see that, and Godspeed to the gentleman, and we'll be back with more very, very soon.